We're going to get started here. Now, bear with me. This is my first time doing this one. And I'm one of these people that I always use a yellow pad, okay? And I use it for a couple reasons. As Barb said, sometimes when I get passionate about something, I get off on a tangent, and you'll be here forever. And I try to keep it so that I do the presentation in about a half hour. So this keeps me on track, and it also kind of gives me those keywords that I need, so I make sure I don't miss anything. So I'm going to, even though everybody that's here tonight is already distributors, I'm going to treat you all like you weren't. You're going to hear a presentation. So I want to welcome everybody to the call. My name is Dale Franklin. I live here in Duxbury, Vermont. I'm probably as regular a guy as you'll ever meet in your life. There's nothing spectacular about me. I'm lucky. I have a wonderful wife. I have four children, 2 boys, 2 girls. I have a grandson. My next son is number 2 son is engaged to be married, so we have another wedding coming. So, but again, just your average Joe that finished high school, went to college for a while, decided it wasn't for me, bummed around for a few years and did a few different things, got married, and started a business in a tire store. I've owned a tire store since 1984. I have been very successful there. Luckily, I picked a good spot with a lot of great customers, and I've had great employees. And because of that, they put me in a position where I'm financially comfortable. Okay. And also because I have good employees, I can do a business like this, and my other business doesn't suffer because I got good people running in my shop. So that gives me a chance to do something like this. Now, if I had a successful business, why would I continue to do other things? Well, anybody who's on this call is probably an entrepreneur of some sort. And entrepreneurs all know one thing about all entrepreneurs. We're never totally satisfied. We always want that next fix. We want that next ability to go out and try to build something. We love to build. We love to succeed at things. And if most of us, if we stumble and fall, it just fires up to work harder the next time and do a better job. So again, I am an entrepreneur, and I always will be. So as long as I'm able to walk, I'm going to be building something. I got into network marketing about 8 years ago. A friend of mine brought a product to me. I was very impressed with it. It was the original product I got into was fuel additive, and it worked very well. And so I decided to become a distributor, and one thing led to another. And 8 years later, I had a business with over 28,000 distributors worldwide. I was in 62 countries. Business was doing fairly well. And, I got to travel a lot. I've been to Africa 4 times in the last few years. I've been to Eastern Europe. I've been to Italy. I've been to Colombia, South America. This type of business has taken me all over the world. I've met some incredible people, got friends all over the world that I never even dreamed I'd know. So that's the kind of passion that I have for network marketing. Network marketing is not just about making money. It's about expanding your horizons, getting to know more about the world, more about the people that live in the world. And along the way, if you can help other people succeed, that's great too. And that I take a lot of pride in the fact that I think I did that with a lot of people. About 6 months ago, we started hearing rumors that our company was going to become acquired. And eventually they were. They were acquired by a company called My Daily Choice / HempWorks. It's 2 different businesses within one. That's where we are right now. We got acquired, and we are basically working under the umbrella of HempWorks. And I'm excited about this because, most people, when they hear about a company getting acquired by another company, usually the employees or the people who work for it are going, things are going to change, things are going to be different, things are not going to be the way we used to be. And that was fine with me. I wanted our company was getting a little bit static, a little bit. They weren't as aggressive as I thought they should be. And all of a sudden we're in this company called HempWorks. Now let me tell you a little about HempWorks. Change the page here. Well, first of all, HempWorks sells CBD products, and you can't get on a news show most any night, or you can't pick up a magazine or a newspaper today without seeing something about what's going on in the cannabis industry and in the hemp oil and CBD industry. It's just exploding all over the United States and expanding throughout the world. It's one of the fastest growing products anywhere. So here you got a company that's in the business of selling something that everybody's talking about. So that gets me excited. And then you add to that the fact that the company that we're working with, HempWorks, last year was the #1 fastest growing company in all of network marketing. Okay? Stop and think about that. There's thousands of network marketing companies all over the world, and this one was the fastest growing, won the award. It was the fastest growing one in 2018. How fast did they grow? In 2017, this company was just selling basically sprays that you sprayed into your mouth to help you sleep or help you with pain, help you with a better cognition, things like that. And they were doing okay. They were at the end of 2017, they'd done $9.6 million in business for that year. Just about the end of that year is when they took on HempWorks, created HempWorks, and started selling the CBD products. Well, things changed. Okay, they went from $9.6 million in 2017 to $111 million in 2018. Think about that. Think about that kind of growth. Okay, and yet they were good at it. The owner of this company, Josh Schwagel, is a visionary. He's a young man, but he's a visionary. He was a chess master when he was in high school, and always has that kind of chess master mentality of always thinking 4 or 5 steps ahead. And he has built this team. Well, let me give you an example. In April this year, on April 20th of this year, which is, I don't know what the exact title is, but National Marijuana Day or Cannabis Day or something, when everybody's kind of celebrates the fact that's out there. The day before that, he just kind of threw out a notice to everybody that there was going to be a 10% discount for that day on all his products. And they sold $2 million worth of products in one day. Now that's impressive. That is something that gets your attention. Well, what got my attention as a business owner, even more than that, was the following day, before they left the following day, every bit of that $2 million worth of orders had been shipped out. Think about that. They sold $2 million in one day, and the next day it all got boxed up. They had enough stuff in inventory. They were smart enough to plan ahead. They had enough to do it. They had employees that were dedicated enough to get it done, and they shipped out $2 million of product in one day. Now that shows me a company that's ready to grow, ready to take off, and those are the type of things that get me excited. Now, I told you they did 111 million in 2018. They're projected this year to do between 250 and 300 million. It may be higher than that because when they made those projections, they weren't talking about our team being added to the group. And our team, we have some phenomenal leaders on our team, and I'm sure we're going to help that a lot. So that's where we are now. Last year, CBD sales in the country, I guess for the whole world actually, CBD sales for the whole world was $600 million. Okay. By the year 2022, there's projection there'll be $22 billion in sales in just CBD. If right now our company HempWorks is about 1/6 of the total sales of all CBD. If we just maintain market share, if we don't gain any, and we are gaining market share, but if we don't gain anything, we just maintain what we have, we're going to be a $4 to $5 billion company in 4 years. Think about that: $4 to $5 billion in sales, and last year we're at 111 million. This is this is one of those things that you just look for in your whole life to be able to jump on and ride to its fruition, and we're lucky enough to be there. We didn't have to, and we're at the perfect time because when you get there a little too early, things maybe they're working the bugs out, and so there might be a period of time when things aren't all that rosy. We've gotten through that. Okay, we got a company right now with over 100 employees. That is just their support staff is just phenomenal. Everything about this company is very well organized. Everything they're reacting everything from the banking situations to make sure everybody gets paid. To a new product coming online. Jay-Z said that they'd have Jay-Z, that's what they call Josh Weigel. Jay-Z is says he's going to have up to 50 products. We have 17 now. He's going to have up to 50 products by the end of next year. So a lot of great things are happening. A couple other things I want to mention. HempWorks is just one of 13 companies that has been, let me read that exactly what it says, have been allowed to wear the seal of quality from the U.S. Hemp Authority, okay? This is a company that's tested between companies and products. They've tested over 22,000 products and companies. They test the products and they also check out the companies to make sure they're strong financially. They're not going to just disappear. And they've only given out 13 seals of approval. One of them is HempWorks, and one of them is Gencana, which is the farm that we get our product from. So where we get our product from and the company we use to distribute it are 2 of the 13 in the whole world that have this seal of approval. So that says a lot. You got to realize there is, and you heard me say, they test over 22,000 products. There is a lot of products out there that aren't really all that good. And it's not the people that are making its fault. There's a lot of, here in Vermont, we got a lot of small mom and pops that are doing, making CBD oil and stuff like that. They're raising the plant. And they're going through the whole process. Well, they're just small mom and pops. They can't do some of the things like our company does. Where we test each batch of product to make sure it's safe, that it's pure, that it's got the right potency. This is something that costs a lot of money to do, and the average mom and pop can't do that. Another thing is we check it for antimicrobials and for mold, because one of the things about these type of products, most of them that are done by mom and pops have some mold in them because they just don't have the technology to make sure it's pure. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but with some people who are allergic to mold, it could be. So again, we know we have a high quality product, and we have the seal of approval to prove it. One of the other things I wanted to bring up was, again, I want to bring up that third-party testing. We're one of the only companies that I know of in this industry that every batch that comes in, we send out to a third party, and they check it for purity, for potency, and for safety. Okay, so we know that's all done before we put anything in a bottle or ship it out. So we know that, where you can find this, if you are a distributor, you go right on the front page when you first pull up your website, and up at the top it talks about I forget what the word is they use, but it's the one on the far right of all the things in your menu board. You click that, and it'll bring up all the testing for everything every batch that we've ever had. There's a test. It tells about the test. It tells what they found in there. Everything you need to know. You just keep scrolling down, and everything's there. So again, this company wants you to know that they're doing the very best they can for you to make sure you're getting the best product available. I'll talk really quickly about the comp plan. Everybody talks about their comp plan, so I'm not going to wear that out very much. Everybody says their comp plan is the best, and I think ours is. I don't know enough about all the comp plans to know if it's the best, but it is a great comp plan. And the one thing that it does that most comp plans don't do, it's designed so you can start making money almost immediately. Okay, a lot of comp plans, you got to bust your butt for 2-3 weeks, maybe 2-3 months before you see any income at all, really. And with this one, the way it's designed, you could theoretically start today, and by the end of next week, you could have made, if you want to work hard, you could have made yourself several hundred or several $1,000s. Okay, so we have a type of comp plan that gets you paid very quickly, and that's what you need when you're building a business like this. You got to make people believers as soon as you can. So why should you join my team? I'm going to read these because I want to make sure I say it the way I wanted it said. I do these calls on a regular schedule. Okay, going forward, I'm going to do these on a regular schedule. You're going to know every time one of these is going to be on. You're going to know you can bring people to these. I can help you do the work. Now, that doesn't mean you can't do it on your own. And if you want to do it on your own, I applaud you. But a lot of people, when they first get started, they want to have somebody kind of do the work for them so they can learn. And I'm willing to do that. Now, one of the things you're going to learn about watching me do these is the fact that there's nothing special about my presentation. It's just, I'm just trying to get out the information and let you know about it. Anybody can do this business. And I trust me, and I'm not trying to be self-effacing, but if I can do this, anybody can do it. Okay. So just come on, listen to me do it a few times, and then you can do your own. Or if you don't want to do them at all, you could come and just keep bringing people for as long as I'm standing, and I'll keep doing these for you. So there's that. I will make sure you get great training and motivation. Now, when I talk about that, I'm not the most excitable person in the world, so I will make sure I bring people on that can also help you with motivation. There's a lot of great leaders in our company, and I'll make sure they get invited to these calls. As far as training, we have, again, a lot of leaders that can help, but really a lot of the training here is just pointing. We have such a fantastic back office that has so much information. Sometimes it's just a matter of pointing a finger and saying, have you looked at this part in the back office? I was talking to Lennon Ledbetter the other night, and he didn't know about the fact that you have to click on the tickets on our traveling roadshow to see how many, if there's any tickets left. So again, and other people have told me things that I didn't pick up on. So it's kind of a give and take just to learn about how this business works. But it really comes down to somebody, just like any teacher, just pointing you towards where the material is so you'll know how to get the information. I have the time and the finances to focus on building this team. As I said earlier, I have my tire store is run by some very good people. I go in several days a week and do some book work and stuff like that, a little bit of advertising, but for the most part, it runs itself. And at my age, I have not only the time, but I have the financial reserves to build this business the way I want to build it. So again, I'll be there for you when you need me. What is my goal for you? Okay, my goal is the same no matter where. When I've been traveling around the world with network marketing, I have the same goal for everybody. Okay, my goal is within 90 days, have you making $4,000 a month. Now, will everybody do it? No. Well, I'll have people that I do these presentations for, they'll never even bother to do anything. They'll join, but then they'll never do anything with it, and they won't make anything. There's other people that work their butts off and will make $4,000 in their first 2 weeks in the business. But on average, my goal is within 90 days to get you to be making $4,000 per month. And at that point in time, I hope, this is what my plan is for you guys. When you're making $4,000 a month, you're probably making enough money so you can decide whether you're very happy where you are, you're making extra money, and you love your job, your previous job so much, you can continue to work it with the full knowledge that you always could leave if you wanted to because you've got another income coming in. Or you could decide to do this full time and put all your resources into building this business and taking it from 4,000 to maybe 40,000 a month. So that's what my starting goal for you is to get you basically $4,000 a month within 90 days. How are we gonna get you there? Well, again, I'm going to read you some things because I want you to listen to these very carefully, okay? How are we going to get you there? You must seriously desire to change your financial future. Now, that sounds obvious, but there's so many people that wish they could, wanted to do, but never actually did, You've got to want it. You've got to understand yourself. You've got to look inside yourself and go, all right, do I really want this so bad that I'm willing to put in what I need to do it? Am I willing to commit to the time that I need to do it? Am I prepared to go outside my comfort zone occasionally to do it? If you can be honest with yourself and say, yes, I do want to change my life. I do want to have a better financial future. I don't want to be worried about money when I'm getting close to retirement. Or if you are near retirement and all of a sudden you woke up one day and go, oh my God, I got 10 years left before retirement. I got nothing put aside. This is a way you can get there, okay? So again, you got to be serious with your desire to change your financial future. You must commit at least 10 hours per week to this business, okay? You got to find me 10 hours. I don't care when they are. I'll work with you in the middle of the night. I don't care. But bottom line, you need 10 hours a week to build this business. And some of that, it's not about, a lot of it is going to be 10 minutes at a time. You're gonna keep it in your mind when you're talking to your friends and stuff. Just bring up the fact that you're doing something new and you're excited about it. And hey, there's a call coming on, a Zoom call coming on tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Why don't you come over to my house? We'll have a couple beers and you can watch it. Tell me what you think. See what you think about what I'm doing. That's all you got to do. But that, little 10-minute segments at a time, and then maybe a couple hours a week to going in the back office, learning, always learning about what's available there, what we have for videos, what we have for presentation material. Know your business, okay? So you spend a little bit of time learning. But again, to do this, you got to give me 10 hours a week. I can't help you with less than that, okay? You must be coachable and willing to grow. Willing to follow a proven system. So many people get in this business and they try to reinvent the wheel. This is a really simple business. In fact, it's almost a boring business, because if you're doing it right, doing the same thing over and over again, eventually you'll bore the heck out of yourself, because but you got to remember, a lot of the people you're talking to, they're hearing it for the first time. But I'll be doing a presentation and I'll think to myself, oh my God, I've done this presentation 100 times and I'm so sick of it. But the people I'm talking to, many of them have never heard it before. So I gotta bring my best every time, because it's a new people listening to it. So once in a while I'll tell a joke or something like that. And as Josh Nelson, another guy in this business years ago, told me, he says, I tell a joke. He said, I didn't tell a joke to entertain you guys. He says, I've done this presentation so many times, I tell a joke to entertain me. So again, it's all about bringing the passion every time, and I try to do that, or bringing in guests to help. But the bottom line is, you got to be willing to be coachable, and you got don't try to reinvent the wheel. Everybody wants to try something new, something different. There's only certain things that work in this business. It's just repetitive, doing the same thing, bringing some excitement to it, bringing some knowledge to it, and that's it. So you don't have to reinvent it. You don't have to spend a lot of money to build this business. You just got to do the things you need to do on a regular systemic way, over and over and over again. Here's something I want you to know. If you fail, it will not be because I failed you. It'll be because you failed yourself. Because I will stand behind you. I will help you every way I possibly can. And I'm not talking just about me. I'm talking about me, my partner Phil. I'm talking about all the uplines that I have above me. We're fortunate enough to have some phenomenal leaders, and they'll all work with you. So the only reason you'll ever fail is because you give up on yourself, not because we give up on you. Okay. So what comes first? If you get in this business, what comes first? All you got to do to start is be a bringer. What do I mean by be a bringer? What we're doing right here. When you come on these calls, when I have them, don't ever show up again by yourself. Bring people with you, and don't assume just because this is what's going to happen. I'll tell you right off the bat what's going to happen. I'm going to be doing another one of these, and you're going to call 5 people, and you're going to ask them to come in there, and they all said they're going to be on the call, and you're excited. You're going to have 5 people on the call. Maybe 3 of them are going to sign up tonight. Wow, tomorrow I'm going to have commissions coming in. It's going to be great. Well, guess what? None of them are going to show up, okay? Because we all are human. You get done work, you have your dinner, you sit down in a chair, and you're stuck. You can't get out again. You're a hardworking man, or woman. You're tired. So, but if you meet them at their house, or you go over and pick them up to bring them to your house, or you ask them to come to your house to have a beer or a glass of wine or whatever, it sounds like I'm an alcoholic. They can drink a Coke if you want them to. but bottom line is, once you make them do something that they know that they're expecting you to do, other than just showing up for the thing, they'll start showing up. Or if they're people you really trust, these Zoom calls, you can get them to do it from their own home, but you got to call them like a half hour before and go, hey, you told me you'd get on this call. And if it's nothing for you after 45 minutes, great. I appreciate you looking at it. I'd love some feedback, but that's fine. But you said you'd watch it. Please watch it. It's going to be coming up here in about 20 more minutes. So you have to do those extra follow-ups. You have to force the issue. Okay. If you do that, when people come to this and they see more and more people on the calls, and they see what we have to offer, and the fact that it's just normal people building a business, a lot of people get intrigued by that, and they want to be part of it. And as I tell you, you'll be amazed how many of your friends and relatives are struggling financially that don't want you to know. You'd be shocked at how many people that are over the age of 50 that aren't prepared at all for retirement. I read something the other day about the average person 50 years old has less than $5,000 put away for retirement. Well, that's going to be a rough struggle for them going forward. So again, you got people that are looking for what we're doing, and it's the best. The worst thing is they just don't know about it. So you got to at least get them to see what we're doing. When you become a bringer, I'm going to tell you already what's going to happen. Okay, in that first 90 days, I'm talking about to get you to $4,000. If you can get over that 90 days, you could get 100 people. I'm just going to use a round number, 100 people. You get 100 people to these calls. This is what's going to happen. Basic statistics. Sorry, you're going to get 20% of them that are going to see the value in this business. That are going to be distributors. And that's fabulous. That means you're going to have 20 people sign up as distributors. You're going to make a commission off of them signing up. You're going to help them, and we're going to help them build their business. We're going to get them to do the same thing that you're doing. And suddenly your 20 out of the 100 is going to turn into another. Each one of them is going to get a few. And the next thing you're looking, you're going to have 100, 200, 300 distributors. And each one of them is doing a certain amount of sales. And you're getting a piece of that from everything that's sold. Okay. That's one of the reasons I say this business is very much a legacy business, because once you get people involved and they start selling the products and people see how well these products work, they're never going to give them up. So sell somebody something once and get paid for it month after month after month after month because they're on auto ship. They keep ordering it. That's a legacy business. And it's also a legacy business in the fact that when you bought it became a distributor in this business, you owned your own business. And somewhere down the road, maybe you make enough money that you want to retire. You can turn that over to your children. You can turn it over to your grandchildren. Think about 50, 60 years from now when maybe one of your children is still doing very well working this business. And they're thinking, wow, I'm so glad my grandma or grandpa way back when had the vision to get in this business, because they know they had a great life for themselves, but they set up a great life for us too. So that's the great thing about a business like this, the fact it can carry on. So anyway, 20% would become distributors. 40%, on average, 40% of the people you show this to, and it's probably going to be even higher in this industry, want to be customers. And we all need customers. That's the basis for these businesses. Yes, we want distributors so we can multiply our efforts, but we need customers to make for continual sales. So you end up with 20 distributors, you end up with 40 customers, and you end up with 40 people that just tell you, this is not for me. This is not something I want to do. And that's okay. That's absolutely okay. You thank them for their time, you wish them the best going forward, and you move on. One thing I promised people years ago when I got in this business, and we were doing weekly meetings, I promised them that I would never lose anybody a friend when I was doing a presentation. Okay? If I have to try to force somebody into joining the business today, I got to force them into doing the business tomorrow, and who has time for that? So again, we don't force anybody that doesn't want the business. Our job is just to show what we have and let each person decide for themselves whether they want to be a distributor, be a customer, or just leave. But again, we're never going to leave. I promise you, I will never make anybody feel uncomfortable, whether it's on a Zoom call or at a home meeting. I will never make anybody feel uncomfortable because they feel like they're being ostracized because they said no. I won't change my demeanor at all. Again, I'll thank them for coming. Hey, you're a great friend to such and such for showing up and hearing us out. Wish you the best. Some people like this, some people don't. That's the way we build this business. Next thing I'm going to go to is leadership. I'm going to run over this real quick, but you guys have no idea of knowing what kind of leadership you have here, but you have phenomenal leadership. Now, Phil and I, we do the best we can with our resources and our experience, but I want to just list you a few people that are on my team, either below me in my team or above me that I'm part of their team. We have Chris Bailey. Chris Bailey's out of Maryland. Chris Bailey had over 20,000 distributors. He's built network marketing companies. Built like 4 different companies. He's worked with network marketing and built huge groups. And he is now back working with us. I've worked with him before on my previous business. He moved on to another company. He's so excited about this business. He's bringing his whole team back. He is phenomenal. He's a great speaker. And if you know people in the Maryland area, DC area, anything like that, we can hook you up with him, and he can help mentor your people. We have Alton Patterson. As we expand this business in Africa, Alton lives in South Africa. He's originally from Jamaica. He's a incredible guy. He's got great charisma, and but he lives in South Africa. He handles the whole African market. If you have people that we talk to from Africa, or you expand your business in Africa, he'll be there to help. Along with the rest of us, I love to travel, so if you have people over there, I'm sure I'll be working with them too. But again, you got Alton Patterson in Africa. We got James Lewis. James and Madeline Lewis were one of the first people to get into the network marketing in my previous company. They built a huge business, and they are phenomenal people. Madeline is now, she kind of does her own thing, but James is a phenomenal person. He lives in Utah, so gives us somebody out west like that. Lennon Ledbetter. Lennon Ledbetter is the second most successful person ever in the history of network marketing. He's made over $200 million in his lifetime in network marketing. He retired 10 years ago. After about 10 years of it, he realized he was bored. He wanted to do something. So now he's back with our company, rebuilding his team. And I mean, he's got contacts everywhere. He's a great guy. But here's a proven guy, a guy who's made over $200 million this year in his lifetime. I want to learn from him. I want to learn how he did it. And he's very forthcoming about how he did it. So we got him. And then on top of that, we got Chris Robinson. Chris Robinson's out in Idaho. He was one of the guys that got in with Jay-Z, Josh Swagel at the very beginning when he started his own company. And he's our upline way up top. They call him the cannabis cowboy. He is a country boy. He is a personable guy. I haven't met a person who didn't like him when they meet him. He's just a good old country boy, but he's got a drive within him, and he kind of tries to undermine his intelligence. He likes you to think he's a country boy, but this guy is really, really bright, and he's one of our team too. So we have all these kind of leaders that can help us build, can help us train. And again, I was personal friends with Josh Swagel before he even started this company. Back when he was in his early 20s, I mean, he's been in my house, and he's the owner of this company. Him and his wife, and they will be glad to help us too. So I just want you to know that you have a line of people that are just most people would just love to have the leadership that we have to build this business. Okay, I want to talk real quick about our tools. Obviously, when you get in this business, you're going to get a website. This website, I've seen a lot of these websites, and ours is by far the best I've ever seen. Barb is big in social media and websites and stuff like that, and she has said similar things. She said this is a phenomenal. The way it's set up, it's really, really well done. With your back office being the best in the industry, it's got fantastic marketing tools, prospect funnels where you can where you can run capture pages to get people's interest, get them to register, and then you can follow up with them. We have pre-enrollee landing pages, lead captures, training, opportunity videos, everything you could possibly want to build a business. The great thing about their back office is so good that if you got in this business and you didn't know anybody, somehow or other you just got in the business and you didn't have anybody that you could talk to, you could just basically take that back office and build an empire just using what's back there. The nice thing about it, you don't have to do that, but you could. Okay. We also use Telegram for our message boards. Now, I use WhatsApp for a lot of years, and what I like about Telegram is when we were using WhatsApp, every time somebody new came on, you had to go and type in all this or cut and paste or whatever. You had to put all the information back in because they didn't get to see anything prior to when they joined. With Telegram, when they come on, they're able to go back through the thread and see everything that they have that's come before they came here. So you don't have to constantly be posting things and boring the people that have been on it for a while just because if anybody gets on it can just go and look and see what's been presented beforehand. We also use these Zoom calls as we're doing tonight. Obvious value to these. It gives me a chance to talk to people directly. You know, I'm looking at your faces. I can see if I'm, Colleen there for a while looked tired. And I thought she was going to fall asleep on me. She just stuck her tongue out at me. So but I get a feel for whether or not I'm on point or if I'm just losing you. So it gives me a chance to try to stay on point. I want to talk about the road shows. Okay, we travel. Chris Robinson, I told you, really personable, and he does these traveling road shows, and they're well done. I mean, guys, these road shows are as good as a lot of people's international conventions. They do them on a weekly basis. I mean, they literally show up there on a Friday. They set this whole thing up, and when people come in on Saturday, it is the big screens and the music's blaring and everybody, and the excitement's there. It's just well done. And just to give you an idea, over the next couple months, these are places they'll be traveling: Charlotte, Baltimore, Philadelphia, Detroit, Indianapolis, Milwaukee, and then it's going to culminate with the convention in October in Las Vegas. These are, if you have people, friends, relatives in those areas, just get them to go to the road show. Costs $10 to get in. You get a $40 value with gift pack when you get there, so it's well worth it. It's about a 6.5 hour meeting, but it is full of information. It's full of excitement. If you get people there, if their heart's still ticking, they're going to want to join when they leave. Okay. If they walk out of there not excited, they better check their pulse because they might be dead. Okay. So again, it is very exciting and very well done. And if you know people, you can get them there. They will be fired up. Just want to give one example. We just had one in Nashville. It was sold out 2 weeks prior to it happening. It was 1,200 people there. It was, I mean, it was incredible. Incredible, the amount of excitement and the amount of signups they got from that. So we will also, another thing I want to point out, we'll also travel to you. If you're in an area like, I'm going to have people on here from, New England and New York and wherever. If you're building and show that you're really doing a good job, we'll travel wherever it takes to come help you. So basically, that's my presentation in a nutshell. I will point out again, our convention in Vegas is on October 3rd through the 5th. We'd love to have you guys join us there. It's going to be a wild time. It's going to be a lot of good training. They're going to obviously show us some new products coming out. It's going to be exciting. So let's get to cost. Obviously, to get in a business like this is always going to be a cost. When I got into my business, Partner Tire, years ago, it was 1984, I had to come up with $150,000 to open the doors. Okay, I was already in debt $150,000 before I opened the doors, and I had no guarantee that I'd ever get it back. Okay, and that's what most businesses have to do. With my business, I knew basically what my maximum income would probably be, even if I was really successful. And I knew it was going to take me years to get my money back. In this business, if you come in at the most expensive level there is, it's going to run you less than $650. Okay, and the income potential is unlimited, totally unlimited. There's no, because you're going to be building teams and they're going to be building teams, stuff like that, there's no limit to what you could make. People are already making in this business, not a lot of them, but there's some people in this business that are making over $1 million a month. It is one of those things that you get paid what you're worth. I think when we first went to work, when we first got started in the workforce, we often thought, wow, I wish I got paid what I was worth. I work hard for this guy and he's only paying me X amount of dollars. Well, in this business, it's you get paid what you're worth because you're the one that controls how much you make. So if you want to get paid what you're worth, well, work as if you want to make that much. Okay, so it's with unlimited potential, and the highest expense is less than $650. Now you can get in as low as about $100. Technically, you could get in for $20 and just be an active distributor. But what good is that? You're not buying any product. If you haven't got any product, if you want a store and you haven't got any product, you aren't going to make any sales. You got to have product. You got to use product so you become a believer. You got to have product so you can demo. You have to have product so you can sell. And with the $635 roughly sale price for the executive level pack, you get to pick 12 different products, and it's going to give you a value of around $840. So you're going to spend $635.40, and if you sold all the products, you get $840 back. Now, would I have loved to be able to do that when I got in the tire business and know that I could have got over my $150,000 right back a short time after I got in the business? So again, Also, when you come in at the higher executive level, your commissions are better. Because you're a higher rank, you get a higher percentage on signups. You get a higher percentage on your binary commission. You get a higher on your check match component. So again, everything about this, if you can swing the $635, you should do it because it's the best buy. Okay, and always remember that when you're building a team, they're going to ask you, how did you come in? People will duplicate what you do. If you come in at the lowest price, they're going to come in at the lowest price. It's going to take you forever to build. But if you come in at the higher price and explain to them why you did it and get them to do the same thing, you'll build 3, 4, 5 times faster, make a lot more money, and build. And your people that you get will be people that, because they spent that kind of money, will be much more focused on building themselves. So, besides, as I told you before, that you get up to $840 value. You get your website. You get training and support. As I said before, over 100 employees for this company, so there's a lot of help. You're part of the fastest growing company in its industry with the hottest products on the planet. I mean, I can't. This is like out of a movie. You couldn't write this up any better. We're in the perfect place at the perfect time. So the time is now. I'll conclude this by saying we have great products everyone's talking about. We have strong leadership with tons of experience. We have solid training. We have a proven plan for success. So what do you do now? The smart thing I would say would be join this business. Okay, join it and spend as much as you possibly can up to the $635 to get in at the highest level you can. Again, that makes good business sense to do that. If you were somebody that I brought to this meeting, then all you need to do is either text me or email me. And at this point in time, if I had distributors here, I would give them some more information there. But or I give them the directions on how to go to my website and how they can enroll. Okay, and I will always tell people at this point in time, if you were invited by somebody else, make sure you go back to them. Make sure you talk to them and let them help you enroll, okay? Just because I'm the one talking, and maybe there's something you saw about me and you said, well, I'd really like to join Dale's team. Well, everybody that's on this call is part of Dale's team. So if you join with whoever invited you, you're still going to get the benefit of working with me if you want to, okay? But again, and we're all in this together, but I will never sign anybody up that was invited by somebody else. Okay, so that just won't happen. If it ever happened by mistake, all you'd have to do is tell me and we'd fix it. But the bottom line is just make sure you follow up with whoever you invite. You'll be able to see them on the list. You'll be able to see that they're here, and you call them up and just follow up. So that's the way we're going to do this presentation. Again, the major thing is just become a bringer. Bring as many people as you can to these calls. Turn it into a party night or a social night. Invite everybody over for a potluck or a spaghetti dinner or whatever, and just have a little bit of fun beforehand. Get them on the call for 45 minutes or so. If they got questions, I'll answer them. And then when this is over, you can go back to they can go home, or you can sit around and talk about it, type of thing, or just have more fun. But turn it into more of an event and not like it's something where people go, oh God, I got to go and watch a video, or I got to go watch a presentation. Turn it into something fun, and people will react well to that. So that's it. I'm going to